When we were made aware of the situation in 2008, the first thing we did was take steps to prohibit Uzbek cotton in our supply chain. We reached out directly to all of our cut-sew vendors and also to our fabric mills to alert them of the issues and also tell them that we wanted it to be banned from our supply chain. In 2009, we felt that the natural next step was to take that further. And what did it look like then to put a traceability system into place to ensure that that ban was an authentic ban and could be enforced throughout the supply chain? The bottom line is, under no circumstances is it okay for child labor to be found in our supply chains. So that's the key driver, especially when it comes to this Uzbekistan issue, why we're willing to both go out there, make statements as we did in 2008, and now start to authenticate those statements in 2009. GAP was first contacted by EJF about this situation, and what we've really done now is taken it to a level where we're working primarily with stakeholders like ILRF and As You Sow, and with these multi-brand partners to say what kind of power can we have, whether we're working with the US government directly back to the Uzbeki government, or we're saying that we're going to put the ban on it and try to put some additional pressure on from a retailer perspective. We're very clear that multi-stakeholder initiatives create more power and leverage things more quickly, and so that's been our approach with some of our key partners along the way. Internally, our business partners are brands. We've kept them abreast of the situation. We certainly keep them updated on, again, what we're hearing from on-the-ground people, from our external stakeholders, any of the meetings or cross-brand groups that we're working with. And from an external standpoint with vendors and mills, what we're reaching out to them now about is not just the request for the ban, but also what we can do with this traceability system and what our expectation is of them. So transparency to us is a non-negotiable. It's been a part of how we've spoken about our program for almost 15 years, the entire time that we've been working on human rights at the cut-sew level. Again, now that we're going further down the supply chain, what we said was to have an authentic message that we can communicate about what we are and are not able to control means we need to have a traceability system that enables that. So we're in pilot mode, we're learning as we go, and we're sharing those learnings. We're bringing some other brands along to do this with us. We think it's important that it's not just one or two US companies trying to figure out what's happening throughout their supply chains, but that we're going after it in a bigger way, like some of the UK companies have already committed to. Specifically to the Uzbek situation, I think what we would say is it's important to go out and at first make your statement. We don't want this cotton in our supply chain. It's not something that we're condoning with the child labor issue on the ground in Uzbekistan. That's number one. I think the second approach is then authenticating what this ban or what this message is. It's hugely important to be able to go back and prove then what you've asked is coming true. Because if you want to put true pressure on external governments or you want to put true pressure on a situation like this, it's leveraging yourself not only with stakeholders and brands, but also then being able to tell a story with proof along the way. Going that deep in our supply chain is something we've done for years, but now we're going after it in an even more measurable way. This work takes time. I think you're learning from each other, you're learning from groups or brands or stakeholders who have learned along the way in their own manner. It's good for us to have all of these brand partnerships. It's exceptionally good for us to have these stakeholder relationships to hold us accountable for things that maybe we haven't considered yet that are important to be a part of our social and our environmental approach along the way. My advice is have patience, but invest the time. Do it. It's worth it, and it will create greater change, positive change across the world.